Hello, everyone. What do you think is more terrifying? Powerful windstorms, flash floods, or destructive mud flow? So over the next few minutes, you'll see just how quickly extreme weather can change everything. Let's get started. I've always believed that keeping your distance from floodwaters is the smartest choice because you never know how dangerous they can become.
Harap berhati-hati. Demikian.
That day, Mother Nature upgraded the car into a boat, but the only person who certainly wasn't impressed was its owner. Don't let slow-moving mud fool you. Its sheer mass and impact force can destroy even well-built structures. Heavy rainfall triggered destructive mud flows in southwestern China, where more than 10 tons of rock were swept away, causing significant damage. Has your area ever experienced a mud flow like this? Let us know in the comments. In Mato Grosso, after a powerful storm, the bridge over the Rio Branco River in Salto do Céu was washed away by floodwaters. What a relief that this situation didn't end in tragedy. Have you ever experienced anything similar? I'd love to hear your story. Fortunately, everyone on the bus was rescued safely. As high-speed winds sweep over a roof, the air pressure above it drops, creating lift that can peel the roof away, much like an airplane wing. Weight helps vehicles stay planted on the road, but in winds exceeding 100 miles per hour, even fully loaded semi-trucks can be blown over. I still wonder what helped the driver stay so calm during such a dangerous moment. Some displays of nature leave us in awe, but floodwaters only make me want to keep my distance. It seems speed is always the greatest enemy when approaching a sharp curve. A pickup truck lost control and crashed into a utility pole, sending sparks flying in Hebei, China on April 28th. Fortunately, no one was injured in the incident. The heavier a vehicle is, the greater its momentum. That's why one poorly timed brake application or steering input can completely change the outcome. Who do you think was at fault in this incident? Share your perspective in the comments. After this experience, I doubt the driver will ever underestimate the importance of routine vehicle maintenance again. This man's reflexes deserve a gold medal. Had he reacted even a fraction of a second later, the outcome could have been very different. Steel doesn't explode on its own, but when it's heated to extreme temperatures and then exposed to water or rapidly building pressure, it can rupture violently like an explosion. I hope I never have to experience a day like this again. I've always wondered what makes some drivers run red lights, knowing that saving just a few seconds can come at an enormous cost. It seems Mother Nature unexpectedly invited the young man to a sprinting competition without giving him any warning. If you were in this situation, would you run out to protect your car? Looking at this scene, would you still step outside once the wind starts picking up? Without a stage, Mother Nature still managed to choreograph a breathtaking dance using nothing more than a sheet of plastic. You may not know this, but many trees fall during storms. Not because the wind is exceptionally strong, but because the soil has been weakened by days of heavy rain. Do you think the growing number of extreme weather events is the Earth trying to warn us? Which natural disasters are most common in the United States at this time of year? A large mud flow can carry boulders weighing tens of tons and transport them hundreds of yards downstream. Many crashes don't begin with the impact. They begin the instant a tire loses traction in less than a second. Sometimes the difference between a disaster and a miracle is a single steering correction made with complete composure. Even Hollywood would probably want the rights to a scene this dramatic. Drive at a reasonable speed today so you can enjoy many more journeys tomorrow. When panic and pressure take over, your feet can react faster than your mind, and that's when pressing the accelerator instead of the brake becomes much more likely. How long do you think this snake is? Is 7 feet your best guess? Wow. The airplane looks like it's standing perfectly still in the sky. Always remember that a safe following distance isn't wasted space. It's the time and room you need to react when the unexpected happens. What would you do if a gas cylinder caught fire? Would using water really be the right decision? It seems the car decided to create a route entirely of its own that day. More than a decade has passed, yet the 2011 tsunami remains a painful memory for the people of Japan.
There's my truck down there.
If you're caught in a flash flood, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk or drive through moving
Looks
flood
like
water.
some boulder is wedged again. Is that propane tank? Look at a propane tank, is it?
Propane tank's busted.
Steep terrain seems to be a flash flood's greatest ally, allowing the water to accelerate and become far more powerful in a very short time. A landslide doesn't roar for long, but every time it strikes, it's like an invisible hand flipping over part of a mountain. Water is often the biggest trigger for landslides. When the ground becomes saturated, friction between soil layers weakens, allowing an entire slope to give way. I guess the driver wanted to join a badminton match, but that was a rather aggressive way to make an entrance. She walked as though every car on the road would automatically stop for her. If I were the police officer, I'd probably start writing the citation before the car even came to a complete stop. Fortunately, no one happened to be in the danger zone at that critical moment. Sometimes cameras capture more than accidents. They preserve moments so unbelievably funny, they're hard to believe. Could this have been the result of a structure that had been deteriorating for years? Does this moment remind you of a memory from your own life?
Basta caiu o avião! Caiu!
Don't let haste decide your journey. Only get behind the wheel when you're truly ready. Instead of trying to patch it up, I think taking the vehicle to a repair shop would be the wiser choice. Oh my God.
Ecco, video.
This incident shows just how crucial the captain's role is in safely navigating a vessel. Oh my God, it almost felt as though time itself paused to give him one final chance.
С крыши упала плита прям только что на кореша, чуть не упал.
Fortunately, it was a mass of soft snow rather than solid ice. Did you know the strongest hurricane ever to make landfall in the United States produced winds of about 185 miles per hour, powerful enough to flatten entire neighborhoods in just a matter of minutes? With just 3 seconds of awareness, the young man managed to avoid an unexpected visit from Mother Nature. A powerful storm can release energy equivalent to tens of thousands of nuclear bombs every day in the form of heat from condensing water vapor. A memorable trip always begins with good preparation, and checking the weather forecast should never be skipped. On days when Mother Nature is this angry, staying indoors is probably the safest decision you can make.
There goes the fence.
Don't let its appearance fool you. The most dangerous thing about a dust storm is how it can wipe out visibility almost instantly. Every second, about 40 to 100 lightning strikes occur somewhere on Earth, making lightning one of the planet's most common natural phenomena.
Oh my God!
Lightning is dangerous not only because of its electrical current, but also because of the extreme heat and powerful shock waves it generates. A safe delivery doesn't depend solely on the driver. It begins with checking the tires, brakes, and trailer connections before the vehicle ever hits the road. If you were in this situation, would you know how to respond if your vehicle suddenly went out of control? In just a split second, what seemed like an ordinary day became an unforgettable experience for the two visitors. The moment the center of gravity moves beyond its balance point, dozens of tons of cargo begin deciding the truck's direction for themselves. An accident doesn't begin when the vehicle hits the ground. It begins the moment the driver is no longer in control.
Whoa!
Even at low speeds, a truck carries enormous mass. That's why even a minor impact can result in significant damage. What do you think is harder to control, an icy road or thousands of gallons of fuel constantly shifting inside a tanker?
死我了！这逼了，你一个也走不了了。往后倒，往后倒。
Thankfully, the van made it out of this situation safely. If you live in bear country, put away bird feeders and other food sources when they're not needed. One free meal today may keep bears coming back again and again. Watching this, I almost thought the sky was adding new special effects, but the only director here is Mother Nature. Who says mice are always afraid of cats? Sometimes when one side stays calm enough, even the underdog can rewrite nature's script. Does anyone still think only humans know how to solve problems? This cockatoo just proved that intelligence sometimes comes with wings. If we could harness a dog's energy, we'd probably never have to worry about electricity shortages again.
Get it, Charlie?
Yeah, boys!
This isn't just a kayaking lesson. It's also a reminder of how invasive species can reshape an entire ecosystem.
Little fish guts in the morning?
Oh, sorry, I got fish in the
Little fish guts? Oh, whatever. Woo.
You see, sometimes a properly certified piece of protective equipment can become the life-saving shield that makes all the difference. Escaping like that? I'd say even Lady Luck deserves a raise after this one. One explosion was all it took to make the entire neighborhood seem to hit the pause button before everything descended into chaos. Preserving historic landmarks isn't just about protecting history. It also helps reduce the risk of dangerous structural failures that could endanger the public. The storm seemed to deliver a reminder that not every structure is designed to withstand extreme weather. If there had been a sprinting competition at that moment, I'm convinced he would have taken home the gold medal. Amid all the chaos, the best news is that every worker managed to evacuate safely. How long do you think it would take for the floodwater to erase every trace of this outdoor dining area? 30 seconds or just 10?
Cuidado, cuidado!
Moments like these make me appreciate the courage and dedication of the rescue crews who work tirelessly to protect their communities. Heavy rainfall flooded the streets of Port Louis, Mauritius on Saturday, March 30th.
绿帽。
困住了，还有小朋友哎！
我靠，要去进去救人嘛？
你去呀！
马路上很危险，好像就困在车里了，在鹿港这边。
Even without a storm wind, gusts over 60 miles per hour can topple large trees and cause widespread power outages. If nature had a vacuum cleaner, this would definitely be the version nobody would want to get close to. Between tall buildings or in narrow canyons, wind can become funneled and accelerate dramatically, making it feel much stronger than in the surrounding area. Are you watching these incredible moments during the day, or has night already fallen where you are? In just about 3 seconds, the older sister's quick reaction made the difference between a close call and a tragedy. The best news is that the driver walked away safely after everything that happened. It seems Mother Nature's timing was a little off this time, choosing that exact moment to make an appearance.
We don't have an appointment.
Sometimes the fastest way to get home safely is simply to ease off the accelerator.
Oh my god! Put your hazards on.
That day, it seemed the driver handed complete control over to the ice. Incidents like this are a reminder that infrastructure inspection and maintenance should never be taken lightly. It seems Mother Nature decided to test the driver's reflexes without giving any warning. Accidents don't always come from straight ahead. Sometimes they happen in ways no one could have anticipated. What amazes you more here? The speed of the collapse or the sheer size of the structure? You're witnessing exactly why nature remains a force that humanity can never fully control. The trampoline finally lived up to its name, but in a way that had the whole neighborhood looking up. It may look harmless, but a strong dust devil can still cause damage, especially if it passes through a crowded area.
Just intercepted a dust devil on the beach. You okay? You okay?
This is just totally insane.
Powerful blizzards can produce wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour, strong enough to whip snow into towering white walls.
We haven't seen it this bad all winter.
Here's an interesting fact. Every snowflake forms under slightly different temperatures and humidity levels, making its shape almost one of a kind. Residents across Minnesota endured bitterly cold temperatures and snow-covered roads on Thursday, December 24th, after a powerful blizzard swept across the state. A powerful storm system moved through Aurora, Colorado on June 19th, bringing large hail to the city. Hail forms when strong updrafts repeatedly lift ice pellets high into a thunderstorm, allowing them to grow layer by layer before they finally become too heavy and fall to the ground.
Na frente. Caiu na valeta.
It seems Mother Nature decided to upgrade the storm drainage system into a giant fountain today. What impressed me most during the flood wasn't the rushing water, it was the people who didn't hesitate to help one another.
Бедствие, истински потоп.
In your opinion, which natural disaster is the most destructive? Tornadoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, or volcanic eruptions? On Wednesday, May 22nd, the Cimarron River swept a house off its foundation in Twin Lakes, Oklahoma, as rising floodwaters carried it away. Just because something old is still working doesn't mean it's still safe to use. I think 440 pounds is enough to push many structures beyond their safe load limit. This may be one of the rare times a road sign tried so hard to make an impression. Nature gave this mother and child a lesson they'll probably never forget. That barrier certainly delivered a very clear message that today wasn't the day to head outside. Fireworks are only beautiful when used safely. Keep a safe distance, have water nearby, and never try to relight a dud. Had it happened just 1 second later, the ending could have been completely different. I'm sorry, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't help laughing at this moment. A well-planned recovery operation doesn't just protect the vehicle, it protects the people doing the job. No cape required. This dog was the hero of the day. Do you have any tips for avoiding slips on ice or driving safely during winter? Share them in the comments. Do you still use salt to prevent icy roads, or has your area adopted a better solution?
Yes!
When was the last time you had a snowball fight? Did you win?
Okay, keep walking.
My tongue is frozen.
Keep walking, but be careful on the ice.
An avalanche occurs when an unstable layer of snow breaks loose and slides downhill under the force of gravity.
I was getting it.
Looking at this scene, would you stay safely indoors or still decide to head outside? It looks like Mother Nature decided to use a giant blanket of snow to completely erase the highway. Don't let the summer heat fool you. Hail most often forms during powerful thunderstorms in the warmer months.
Go full-size hail. This is what I've been waiting for.
You have an effectiveness without a feeling.
Ow, fuck. My foot.
hailstones.
Lightning struck the summit of Guatemala's Fuego volcano during volcanic activity, recorded on the morning of March 27th.
I don't know, but I love it.
If you were on that boat, would you calmly keep filming? Or would you be shouting with excitement, "I already know I'd be doing the second"? From above, gray whales look like enormous submarines quietly following one another along the ocean's blue highway. Nature always knows how to care for its residents. Florida's warm waters are the perfect winter blanket for manatees. Nature doesn't need a stage. It always knows how to put on a spectacular show. You can plan your entire day, but nature never gives advance notice when disaster is about to strike. A significant portion of earthquake damage comes from suspended ceilings, light fixtures, and other interior elements, not just from the building's main structure. If you witnessed this through an airport terminal window, what would your first reaction be? It seems Mother Nature decided to put the pilot's landing skills to the ultimate test today. Sometimes nature and technology remind us that not every situation should be treated as a spectacle. An aircraft made an emergency landing at an air show in Argentina on November 5th after striking an antenna mast. Wingtip vortices form when air curls around the tips of an aircraft's wings because of pressure differences, creating powerful rotating air currents behind the aircraft. Even a basic railroad warning signal is still a luxury in this location. Because of their enormous weight and momentum, trains require an extremely long distance to stop. They simply can't brake suddenly like a car. Watching this really shows why trains need such long braking distances. Even if the engineer spots an obstacle, a head stopping in time is often nearly impossible. Don't neglect routine vehicle maintenance because your wallet is usually the first thing to suffer when your vehicle breaks down. Oh no, the impact left the truck almost completely destroyed. Do you think the truck driver should be held responsible in this situation? Footage captured the moment a Lamborghini driver lost control and crashed into a barrier in Miami Beach on Saturday, September 20th. A red light isn't a suggestion, it's a rule that must be obeyed. Thousands of starlings are flying so perfectly in sync, it's almost as if they're sharing the same Wi-Fi network. Nature clearly has the strongest signal today.
Remember that moth movie when the moth invaded? Dude, that's insane.
If you ever see this in Rhode Island, don't panic. Dragonflies are almost harmless to people and are excellent at keeping mosquito populations under control. This might be the only customer who walks in and makes the security camera wish it could clock out from the stress.
Wow. 兄弟呢？
Go back, go back.
Go back.
Here.
It looks like this inspector is making sure everything meets the proper standards. A 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck offshore near Valparaiso, Chile on April 24th, shaking the coastal city of Viña del Mar. Sometimes the greatest danger doesn't end when the ground stops shaking. It begins when the tsunami reaches the shore. After a failed controlled demolition, the remaining concrete arches of the Broadway Bridge finally collapsed into the Arkansas River on Saturday, October 15th. Would you agree that there's something about a controlled demolition that keeps people watching right up to the very last second?
Wow. Yes. Oh my God.
See what I mean? Sometimes nature creates light shows that outshine even the best science fiction movies.
Get inside.
Now you finna go to Sonya car. Or the van one. Food from last night.
A bear's sense of smell is thousands of times more powerful than ours. Even a bag of popcorn can attract one from a remarkable distance.
Oh!
Get out! Get out of there.
Y'all better look at him. He just wanted some food. Oh. Girl, he done got the popcorn and got out.
Bears are omnivores that naturally seek out high-energy food sources. That's exactly why human food is so tempting to them.
Oh my God. Have a good lunch. You just took my lunch. Having a picnic.
Oh my God.
Monkeys are among the smartest primates. They learn incredibly quickly by watching how humans open doors or find food. The entire flock moved together like a giant sheet of fabric lifted by the wind, so beautiful it's hard to believe it's real. A tense moment as strong winds nearly rip insulation away, forcing two workers to coordinate desperately just to stay safe. A sudden tornado tears through, ripping out windows and sending classroom furniture flying, leaving behind an unbelievable scene of chaos. A terrifying scene in H.H. Lindam, Hanoi. Violent gusts shatter glass windows and send objects flying in all directions. Devastating floods ravage Hayes District in Al Hudaydah province, leaving behind widespread destruction and heavy losses. A serious incident as part of the Arts Pedregal shopping mall in Mexico City collapses, sending people into panic. A runaway tire bounced onto the sidewalk, hit a tricycle, and finally stopped at a parked car. A stray dog nearby ran off faster than the wind. A familiar part of San Diego was changed forever, leaving behind memories that are both beautiful and bittersweet. Did you know Arecibo Observatory was once home to one of the world's largest radio telescopes and played a key role in many groundbreaking scientific discoveries? It looks like the entire mountainside suddenly decided to begin a weight loss program without any notice. The steeper the terrain, the faster water accelerates, which is why mountain valleys and narrow creeks are among the most dangerous places during flash floods. Against the force of the flood, the bridge that day looked no more substantial than a toy in Mother Nature's hands. In geology, a mudflow is a type of debris flow and is considered one of the fastest and most destructive forms of material movement on mountain slopes.
Look what's going down the street. Look at them. Be quiet.
This time, Mother Nature turned a portable restroom into something truly portable. It looked as if someone had unzipped the entire mountainside, exposing enormous scars across the landscape.
Oh my gosh! We are out of power, bro. What the
Don't assume lightning only comes with thunderstorms. Some blizzards can produce lightning as well, a rare phenomenon known as thunder snow. The ceiling light was certainly working overtime today, but it's a performance no one would ever want to see again. That stargazer fish is probably wondering whether it accidentally swam into a Black Friday sale hosted by a crowd of crabs. The ocean has its own kind of romance, as long as we respect wildlife and give animals the space they deserve. Can you count how many crabs are in this shot? I honestly believe watching these dolphins for just a few seconds is enough to brighten anyone's day. Which moment impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoy real-life footage of nature and extreme natural phenomena, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next video.